Hello and welcome to our Season 4 Basics updates. This might be the shortest vid of these updates because we're talking about Steve. He didn't get a ton of changes to begin with, and a bunch of those changes are either minor or bug/consistency updates. No time to waste, so let's jump right in. We'll start with the consistency and bug fixes, and the first two are to his rage drives. His old rage drive apparently had some issues on the first 4 hits where an opponent could shorten the recovery time by sidestepping. That's gone. The last hit also has some consistency issues on hit. All of that is apparently now fixed. The other rage drive, the actual good one, had the same issue that his down forward 1+2 has, in that depending on spacing and angle, it could sometimes cause a side switch. I'm sure that this can still happen, but it should happen a lot less now. Next, a more mysterious change. Apparently there was some kind of bug with the sway grab. The patch notes specifically call out the backwards one, but it says only that some unintended behavior that happened in specific situations is now fixed. I honestly don't know what they're talking about here, but clearly this is some kind of a bug fix. Moving on, Steve's while running 2 got the same hitbox buff that most running 3s got, so it now hits lower. Again, this is a consistency buff to help the move hit low profiles, and it shows up with a lot of characters. Okay, now to some more meaningful changes. First up, Steve got a handful of damage nerfs. The moves affected are Peekaboo down 1, regular neutral down 1, down 2, and back 2. Back 2 got hit the hardest in that it does 5 points less, which is a massive 25% reduction. Although this is only 4 moves total, it seems Namco felt Steve can make up these damage nerfs by using other strong moves he already has. It should be noted here that there was one other damage change, a buff actually, and that is that Duck 1+2 now does 5 damage instead of 3. This will have a small effect on juggle damage, but otherwise it's a very marginal change that shouldn't affect much. Next, Peekaboo back 2, the sway back blow, is now -13 instead of -14 and recovers 1 frame faster on hit as well. Nothing game breaking, but this move can be useful at the wall and such, so since far fewer characters can launch at -13, it's not quite as risky. It's still punishable, and Steve has a lot better tools against buttons, which is why you don't see this much, so nothing will change drastically from this. Last, for the moderate changes, while standing 1 now leaves you closer on hit. No doubt this change is to help with those rare instances where you could clip somebody with while standing 1 and then the 2 would still whiff. This should happen a lot less often now. Okay, now to some more impactful changes. First up, Flicker 2 was nerfed so that the recovery on hit is not enough to guarantee something like down back 2. At best, you can still get a love tap, but only if you're close enough. This also applies if you do it after any of the Flicker 1 punches. This is a significant hit to the damage output of the move, but it's still really good in all other respects, and of course it still launches on counter hit. Next, a change Steve players are going to love, I'm sure. The second hit of left weave 1-1 now gives a flop stun on counter hit. You can combo off of this using Duck 1+2 to pick up. Left weave 1-1 is also a safe natural combo splatter, so they decided to make it even better for some reason. Steve only received a couple buffs, and it seems pretty obvious that this is the best of those. And finally, his new move, Peekaboo forward 1+2. It's an I-12 high-high natural combo. It's only -5 and seems to have really good tracking, which is pretty much Steve's defining trait. It jails, but just like so much of Steve's move list, it can catch people trying to duck punish it too early. It knocks down and wall splats. Overall, seems like a really solid move. Not sure what the deal with Peekaboo is, but Namco sure seems to be trying to make it his best stance or something. And that's it. Like I said, they didn't mess with Steve too much. I suspect he'll play exactly as he has. The poke damage nerfs might hurt a little with the new increased life bar, but Steve is a power hitter and counter hit monster, so that's where he gets his damage. Nothing has changed with any of that. Left weave 1-1 was already a really good move, so making it better in a very specific way seems like a marginal improvement. The new move looks good, but we'll have to wait to see how impactful it is long term. Otherwise, Steve is still Steve, and he's still good. So considering some of the other nerfs that were handed out to other characters, Steve players can breathe a sigh of relief. With that, we're at the end of the video. Only a couple more update videos to go before we can start on another full guide video, so stick around for those, and don't forget to like and subscribe here on YouTube. I also try to stream whenever I can, so the link to Twitch is down in the video description below. You will also find Twitter and Facebook links down there as well. Lastly, consideration for the Patreon is greatly appreciated. Patreon is definitely the best way to support your favorite content creators. Much love as always to our 2 patrons, Tato and EDM. That support is greatly appreciated. And thanks to all of you guys for checking out this video. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you very shortly for some more Season 4 updates.